Welcome to You, Me, Empathy. Thank you for listening. We would like to remind you that this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Known as just a silly boy with a feely heart. Please consider supporting the show. Check us out on Patreon or simply leave a review on iTunes. Here's your host and creator of the show, Known Wells.
Hello, feely humans. Welcome to another episode of You, Me, Empathy. And this isn't just another episode. This is a very, very special episode. A shorter one, but it's chock full of goodness because it's Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So yes, it's Feely Human Launch Week, and I'm chatting today with my friend and Feely Human intern, Tristan Manzolini. Tristan and I, on this episode, talk all about Feely Human Launch Week, because it's Feely Human Launch Week. Can I say that enough? Not enough. No. On May 27th, 2 days from now, Wednesday, May 27th, the Feely Human Collective launches to the public. And I am filled with so many feelings of nerves and anxiety and excitement and just everything. I'm feeling so many things. This thing, the Feely Human Collective that I've been working on for the better part of a year, and it's finally here. And I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And I couldn't have done it without Tristan's help. Tristan has been integral in the last couple of months in helping out with a lot of just little things. And when you're trying to launch a business and trying to create a business, there's just so many little things. It's been a tremendous learning opportunity for me, and I've learned so much about myself, and I've had to get more organized, and there's been a lot of really difficult and uncomfortable moments and moments of joy. And it's a reflection of humanity. That is. But I am so excited to bring you the Feely Human Collective in a couple of days. I go to feelyhuman.co right now, sign up for the newsletter. I'm not going to belabor the point here, but we do in this episode just talk a lot about like what Feely Human is, and the Feely Human book club that we're going to have, and the Feely Human 101 workshop. It's a free workshop that will be live on launch day, and how you can contribute and collaborate with Feely Human as a writer, as someone who wants to maybe lead a workshop, or as an artist if you want to collaborate with us. So many opportunities for collaboration, because that is truly the ethos of Feely Human, is collaboration and community, and really growing our hearts together. So I'm really so excited to, it's launch week, you guys. It's Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. Again, all of the feels happening right now in my heart, in my noggin. So grateful for Tristan for being a part of this special journey with me. Make sure to give Tristan a follow on Instagram. She's at tristan.manzolini. She also has her, I think that might be her private account, maybe. I don't remember. But she's also, she has a lettering account called Berkshire Love Letters, BERKSHIRE, Love Letters, Berkshire Love Letters. Go give her a follow. That's at Berkshire Love Letters and at Tristan.Manzolini. Give her a follow. She's wonderful. The last thing I wanted to say is that this episode, I mentioned it in the episode, but I just want to remind you here, this episode will be the last one for the month. Obviously May 27th or May 25th is when this comes out, but I'm not releasing new episodes in June. to give myself a little break. I'm taking a little break from You Me Empathy just for a month, 1 month. That's it. I've got lots of recordings scheduled for June to resume in June. So don't you worry. You Me Empathy is not going away, never going away. You Me Empathy is in your hearts forever. No matter how long I do this show, but don't worry, I plan on continuing with the podcast. It's a very special part of the Feely Human Collective. It's the official podcast of the Feely Human Collective, so it's not going away, but it is going away in June, just for a month. I'm taking a break because I need to recuperate a little bit. I need to take a rest, and I need to give myself that. I hope you understand. It'll come back. It'll resume in June. So no new episodes released in the month of June. No new episodes released in the month of June. New episodes in July is what I meant, which is my birthday month. How fun is that? Anyways, you guys, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this special You Me Empathy community. I truly can't wait for you to collaborate and to be a part of the Feely Human Collective community starting on May 27th, 2 days from now, Wednesday, May 27th. Again, go to feelyhuman.co, feelyhuman.co, sign up for that newsletter. I can't wait, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Never. Why would I hide it? Why would I hide my excitement? Why would I hide my true, authentic self? Show up as your true, authentic selves, you Feely humans. Because your true authentic selves are beautiful and lovely, and I love them. Okay, let's get to the episode. This is episode 131. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Another pause. So I mention it in the intros a lot, but I do really mean it. Please, if you haven't subscribed to You Me Empathy, please do that. You can subscribe on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts. And please, 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 can you leave a rating and review for You Me Empathy? This show, I put a lot of myself into, and I put it out every week, and it's free for you, which it will always be free for you. But if you want to support You Me Empathy, please go take a couple minutes and leave a rating and review in Apple Podcasts. It does truly help out the show. The more ratings and reviews this show has, the higher it climbs in the charts and the more people see it. And we want more empathy and feely humans in the world. One at a time, that's all it takes. So thank you. Leave a review, leave a rating. 5 stars is my favorite number, but be authentic, be true. So thank you for that. And let's get to the episode. Episode 131. It's Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week. Feely Human Launch Week with Tristan Manzolini.
La la la, you, me, empathy, yeah, la la la.
Welcome to You Me Empathy, the official podcast of the Feely Human Collective. On this show, we explore the struggles, the triumphs, the brights and the darks we face as humans trying to get by on this wondrous and overwhelming pale blue dot. The intent of You Me Empathy is to talk openly, without judgment, about our mental health, our neuroses, our shared anxieties and worries, to create a dialogue that is vulnerable and deeply human and empathetic, and to share that dialogue with others to inspire emotional and cognitive collaboration and insight, so we can, hand in hand, break down the stigma that make us feel shame and guilt for struggling, for feeling our feelings, for being feely humans. You Me Empathy is a safe, friendly space designed to inspire the beauty in each of us. Today, I'm here with a very special guest on a very special episode. She is someone who hails from Massachusetts. She has chickens. She does homeschooling. She is a writer and a letterer, and she is my new friend. And also, she has been the official intern. I was going to say unofficial, but you're the official intern of the Feely Human Collective for the past couple of months. Her name is Tristan Manzolini. Hello, Tristan.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going. It's a beautiful day. We finally have nice weather here.
Excellent.
After our 8-month winter.
Yeah. Good to hear. Yeah, it's always sunny here in Southern California. So
yeah,
I guess that's not true. That is the I don't know what it is. I was going to say a word and I lost it, and that's where I'm at. I'm at a place, and we were talking about this before we got recording. I'm at a place where my brain is mush. I've been working very hard the past many months, and with the day job and the podcast and, doing Feely Human, it's just been a lot. And so I've been slurring words, and I think my brain is just on overdrive.
I like to tell my husband that I'm talking in cursive when that happens.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fun. Well, I have Tristan here today, listeners, for a very special episode. This episode, we're going to talk all about the Feely Human Collective, which is something, of course, you've heard me talk about, but I'm very, very happy and anxious to say that the Feely Human Collective is launching this very week on Wednesday, May 27th, 2 days from now. This thing that I've been working on and Tristan's been working on will be out into the public, and I'm filled with all of the feelings for that reason. And let's just get right into it. So I first want to just kind of explain and give a little bit of info about what the Feely Human Collective is and will be. And then I want to talk to Tristan about like her role and what her role has been these last few months. So the Feely Human Collective, and if you go to feelyhuman.co, feelyhuman.co right now, you can go there and learn a little bit and also sign up for the newsletter, which I recommend you do. But the Feely Human Collective is a space for you. It's a space for Feely humans. It's a space for highly sensitive people. It's a space for people who feel their feelings and, don't feel shame about that or want to feel less shame about that. It's for people who are mental health advocates and writers and artists and people who want to express their emotions through art and writing and taking and leading workshops and educating themselves and growing their capacity for empathy, vulnerability, and emotional wayfinding. So empathy, vulnerability, and emotional wayfinding are the three core tenets of the Feely Human Collective. And the whole space, online space, is set up to educate and set up to allow us to grow our natural capacity for these things that have been a crucial part of my own mental health journey. And so in the first phase of the Feely Human Collective, which launches May 27th, there will be a space for you to write and share your story in a journal. There will be a space for you to, apply to be on this very podcast, You Me Empathy. There'll be a space if you are a freelance artist and want to contribute in some way or collaborate rather in some way. There will be a place for you to sell your art in the Feely Human Collective shop with some special collaboration terms that I've set up. There will also be a place to take workshops, and on launch there'll be a single one workshop that is free that I developed called Feely Human 101, and I put a lot of effort into it. I'm very excited about it, but there will be other workshops in the future as well. Some paid workshops, some free workshops, all sorts of workshops to develop your capacity to be a feely human. And another piece of the collaboration puzzle is that if you feel called to educate, you can also lead your own workshop for the Feely Human Collective. So the goal is really to bring Feely humans together in this collaborative, cohesive community to allow us to really just continue to grow our hearts and to learn from each other and to connect. And it starts off on May 27th in this online space. And then eventually my goal is to take these workshops into businesses and schools and do retreats and all sorts of things like that. But the first online space is the first phase. And I guess that's it. Am I missing anything, Tristan?
I think you covered it.
All right. Yeah, listeners, I'm very excited about it. I feel like I've been talking in circles around it, and I feel like I'm like a broken record, but it's just because I'm so passionate about it. And I have been conceptualizing this thing and working on it for a better part of a year. And it's going to be here in a couple of days. And it feels momentous. It feels like everything I've been working toward. It feels like the next step in my own personal mental health journey. And it just feels amazing. And it also feels very nerve-wracking. But that comes with the territory when you're doing something new and you're launching something to the public. But I do really think everyone listening, I do think there's a space for you there. If you are a listener of this show, you're going to love the Feely Human Collective. And I really can't wait to connect with you there and to see how you contribute to the community. And I'm just so very excited. So let's talk to Tristan, my guest, who I'm just talking over, and she's not even speaking because I'm not giving her an opportunity. Tristan, so remind me, how did we meet?
Well, I actually came across, I think you had already started the Feely Human Instagram account, but I had read Jen Pasteloff's On Being Human book, and she had mentioned you on her Instagram page. So I started following you, and you had just started doing the crowdfunding, I believe. And I felt like I really wanted to help, but I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't have any extra money to give to anybody. So I just offered to my time. And if you needed help with anything, then I was your girl. So, and I mean, here we are. I think that was 2 months ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a conversation over the phone and just kind of being struck by just being so moved and touched by your willingness to give your time. Like you said, you're a stay-at-home mom. You have 3 kids at home, and it's I just think it's so tremendous that you've been, you've just been so helpful. And I wanted to make sure the listeners knew that. I obviously I started this way before I had met you, but it is like the beauty of, I think, the ethos of what the Feely Human Collective is. It's people aligning on, these sort of real deep heart-led stuff, right? And then just wanting to connect and finding ways to connect. And obviously you did that through, just reaching out to me and saying, hey, I love this thing that you're doing. I believe in it and I want to help. And that's just, I love it. Like, I think we need to do more of that with each other.
I agree. I think that, I don't know, you just have this personality where you're very approachable. And I don't feel like a lot of people have that, but even your online presence, you feel like somebody that, you can talk to. And I think that makes it a lot easier to reach out to you and ask you, how can I help? How can I get involved? And I think that is really important for your vision and your mission.
Yeah. No, I thank you. I appreciate that. It's not it's there's nothing fake about me. Like that's who I am. And I, I'm 38 now and I'll be 39 this year. And I in a couple of months, and I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm really kind of coming into who I am, and it feels really good. And I just I'm proud of that piece of me. I'm proud that people sense that in me, that they can sort of approach me and I feel safe, and that's because that's who I am. And I feel like that is, thinking business wise, that is a thing that will serve the Feel Human Collective and hopefully, make it a rousing success.
Yeah, I think that you definitely have the right personality for this, sort of thing. And I think, a lot of Feely humans really are very similar in that, you do have empathy for people. So even if you didn't have something for somebody, you would also say it in a way that wouldn't make them feel rejected, which is also super important.
Right. Yeah. So I don't bring this, I'm going to bring something up, but I don't bring it up to belittle anyone. But I get, as a podcaster, I get emails all the time. I get emails from people who tell me I need to spend money on and grow my Instagram in fake ways. And I usually mark those as spam. And then I also get people who, there are two categories. So one is people reach out and it's very clearly a copy and paste job. They're emailing hundreds, if not thousands of people, to try to either get themselves on a podcast or get someone they're representing on a podcast. And I don't respond to those, because to me it rings false. To me it's immediately clear that they aren't coming from an authentic place, that they are just trying to focus on quantity over quality. And then there's another camp, and so I usually just kind of ignore those. And then there's another camp that I think tries to do a bit more, tries to, and maybe there is three camps, but the other camp in my mind and what I've seen is they do, they do have an agenda and they do want to get on your show, and they might, to a sensitive person like me, come across as a little pushy, but I appreciate any sort of stab at trying to show your true self, an authentic self. And I think that's what I don't have patience for anything other than that. I think that I did that too long, growing up, not being myself and not knowing myself and hiding myself. And it led to a lot of pain and heartache, and I don't want to be anyone else. Right. And so I guess that's just an example of how important it is for me, and I think for all of us, to be okay with ourselves, accept ourselves, because that's who we are.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So what kinds of things, just for the listener's sake, Tristan, what kinds of things have you been working on for the Feel the Human Collective?
I would say that probably the biggest thing I've been working on is getting together some awesome resource pages for, books that we love, music that we love, self-care things that we love, just for other people to have that connection and have the Sorry, my 4-year-old just joined us, so I just got distracted. Anyway, to have just a place to go if they need something that, it can be hard to find a book, for instance, that you really can connect with and that can help you, see what I mean? Distraction here. A book that, you can relate to and that may help you, because there's just so many, and having the 4-year-old has been removed. Let's see, I totally lost my train of thought. This goes back to the brain fog again.
No, you were distracted. It's fine. I will take over. Yeah, so you've been working on these resources pages, and the reason why I want extensive, very helpful resources, because I do think that it goes back to the vision of the Feel Human Collective, which is an ethos of collaboration, right? And celebrating the beauty and triumphs in all of us. And there are so many amazing organizations and people and, writers and guests that have been on the You Me Empathy podcast, and so many things that just need to be highlighted more, and I think, I even see it with my own, this show is a weekly show, right? And I'll have it, there are so many amazing guests that come on, right? And Mondays come around and the episode launches, and then it's it. And then it's done, right? And I feel like there needs to be more of hey, I just had Emily Lynn Paulson on, hey, we need to highlight her book, which is called Highlight Reel. We need to celebrate these people who are doing amazing work in mental health awareness and recovery awareness and all these things. We need to lift each other up, and that's what the Feel Human Collective is all about. And that's what You Me Empathy is about, of course, too. And that's what the resources pages are all about. So I really appreciate all of the sort of work and time that you've put into those pages.
I think they're going to be really helpful for so many people. And I really like that, before you listen to a full podcast, you can really get a feel for, the guests that you have on by looking at some of the other things that you're going to have on the website too. Just to get a sense of, if it fits really well with something that you're looking for, that you need to feed your soul.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's kind of this idea, when you were talking, it made me think of how we are as humans to each other, right? The reality is we can't be everything for everyone, right? And that's the same is true. It's the same concept here. I can't be I can't be everything for my wife, Jessica. She needs get some of that, with friendships and external things, right? That's just not a balanced, healthy thing. And so the same thing applies here, is the Feel Human Collective isn't going to be everything you need for your heart and mental health or soul, or whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, whatever feeds and fills your heart. It's not going to be everything. I mean, the goal is to grow it and to fill your heart in even more, diverse and fun ways, as it's building, as it's growing as a company. But they're all we're all bringing unique things to the table, and that's what the resources pages are all about. So I'm really happy we have those. The other thing that you worked on, which I'm proud of, is the heart work, which I think you came up with that term.
I did. I love it.
The heart work is another word for a workbook or homework, and the heart work in this case is for my free workshop I mentioned earlier called Feel Human 101. And the heart work is essentially a big PDF that has a bunch of like different areas for you to contemplate and write down stuff. And, there are lots of opportunities in the workshop, the Feel the Human 101 workshop that will be out on May 27th, where, I ask you questions, and there are activities, and there are some fun things for you to just be introspective and do a little writing and think about your life as a Feely Human. So that's what the heart work is about. And I really like how it came out, and I'm proud of you for creating it.
It was really fun. I had, that like really spoke to my creative side.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. And we're kind of talking in the weeds on Feely Human at this point, but I just like, and I'm talking to the listeners now, like it means everything to me. It really is the thing I want to do for my life. I have a full-time day job, and I love my day job, but my true passion and purpose is in this. It's in talking to people about mental health and talking about vulnerability and empathy in context of connecting and growing with each other. And that takes practice. It takes education at times. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but I think that we can do it together, and that's what Feely Human is all about. And another piece of it, I think I didn't mention before, is that there's going to be a shop. Right now, and upon launch, there will be 2 different types of shirts that we're going to be selling. And one's a Feely Human shirt that has the Feely Human logo. And one is the I Lead With My Heart t-shirt, which is pink. And the Feely Human t-shirt is white. And I'm very excited about those. We're going to also have pins and stickers. And then later on, adding some other fun stuff, including some more t-shirt designs and some journals, and collaborating with artists on bringing their art into product, that is sold on the Feely Human shop. So really excited about that. And the shop, in addition to like future workshops and stuff, will be in the first couple of years, certainly a core part of the company making business. Company making business? That doesn't mean anything known. See, I can't talk either. The company making money and making a profit, hopefully someday, right? And because like I said, my goal is to quit my day job and just do Feely Human and the podcast like full time. Like that is the aim. So the shop and the future paid workshops will be a very important part of that. So look out for that again on May 27th, feelyhuman.co. Very excited. What
and
else?
The book
Yeah,
club.
go ahead. Oh, the book club. That's right. Yes.
The book club.
Why don't you talk to the listeners about the book club?
Well, we're still kind of trying to nail that down, I would say 100%, but starting in July, we will be reading On Being Human, the book that I mentioned earlier by Jen Pasteloff. And it's just a really great, raw and real read. And most of it will take place on Facebook so that we can, really have a wide range of people. Obviously, as Noan mentioned, I'm in Massachusetts, so our time can, the time difference can be a little tricky trying to get everybody together. So most of it will be on through a Facebook group where we can chat and discuss certain parts of the book, and then we'll meet once a month. The last Saturday of the month, I believe, is what we decided, and then we'll just chat about the book and sometimes meet authors, which is super exciting. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I think that covers most of it.
Yeah. No, you did great there. Yeah, I mean, so the book club, like you said, Tristan, it's still sort of, we're kind of nailing down the details, but and it'll launch in, the first official month of the book club will launch in July. So we have, a month buffer between launch of Feel Human and launch of the book club. And, I'm a book nerd. I love books. I read a lot, as often as I can. And so I thought it would be fun. Another way to connect, right, with people, and another way to support, people doing amazing things, like writing amazing books, such as On Being Human by Jen Pasteloff, And so I'm in conversation with folks like Jen, like Jennifer Niven, who wrote All the Bright Places, to be a part of it and to hopefully join us for those monthly virtual check-ins. So the author, we can ask the author questions and see their adorable faces. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, like, I think what is clear to me is that the Feely Human Collective it's a baby, right? It's not even out into the world yet. It's the mama is pushing Feely Human through her hoo-ha on Wednesday, May 27th. And then it will be a baby. And I think, like with any newborn, there's going to be a lot of weirdness and beauty, and it's going to be wild, and it's going to be hectic, and things will change, and we'll probably have new ideas that will be added to it, and all these things. I don't know if that analogy exactly works, but I'm going to stick with it. But the reality is that, like, I'm learning, Tristan is learning as we're going, and also to make it clear, and Tristan knows this, but for the listeners, Tristan has been, an intern, but I haven't been paying her for that, tremendous work that she's been doing. And the goal is to one day be able to pay her. So
we're looking forward to
that. Yes. I mean, so I'm leaning on you, community. I mean, in a way, like I do truly believe that it's going to be a space that will, fill your hearts and will allow you to grow as Feely humans. And I hope you love it as much as we do already. I think you will. I hope you tell all of your friends about it and your family. And, there's no shame in feeling your feelings. Feeling your feelings is the best. It is the best. And it's scary sometimes, but it also just always delivers the goods. It always informs, and it allows us to better know ourselves, and when we do that, we can better love ourselves. And then when we do that, we can better love each other and connect with each other. And that's what it's all about. What else on Feely Human that am I missing? Like, I feel like we covered a good amount.
We did cover a good amount. I don't know. I don't think that you are, really. I mean, we have lots of things, coming. It's hard to remember everything. I think you have worked so hard, and the website has tons of bits and pieces, and I think that people are going to be,
I like to call them.
Yes. Okay. I think people will be really, pleased to see what you've created, for sure.
Thank you. I really have you here just to make me look good. I'm just kidding. I think that, so the interesting thing for the listeners maybe is, like, we're recording this on Friday, May 22nd. This episode will be out in a couple of days, on Monday, the 25th. Feely Human launches May 27th, that Wednesday, next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And I still got a good amount of work to do on Feely Human before launch day. So this is just part of that work. And I think to that point, I just wanted to share also that for this will be the last episode for basically I'm taking the month of June off from the podcast. I'm not putting out new episodes in June. Just a short little hiatus to allow me to take a little breather, to take a little break, to also just recoup a little bit, to focus on Feely Human, to to serve that audience, which I hope is also you listeners, and to just kind of mostly just to kind of recuperate a little bit. So the month of June 2020, no new episodes of You, Me, Empathy, but new episodes will. I have many episodes recorded, so new episodes will resume in July, which is my birthday month. I'll be 39. Hooray! So yeah, I hope that's not too much of a letdown for you listeners, but I'm sure you understand. I just need a little breaky break.
Just a little one.
Just a little one.
Yeah.
Okay. As a reminder, listeners, go to feelyhuman.co now and sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to be working on basically a newsletter that will be out every month. And that's another piece of the thing that I need to write. Probably not before launch, but within launch week. So every month you'll get some fun stuff from me. So please go to feelyhuman.co and sign up for that newsletter and just learn more about what's coming and set your calendars. Please, please, please mark your calendars. Tell everyone. I'm really I don't need this to be a big splashy thing on May 27th, but I would appreciate, you telling people about it and,
Sharing your social media.
Yeah, share it on social media. Tag Feely Human at Feely Human. Make sure to follow us there. Follow You, Me, Empathy, of course, at You, Me, Empathy. I'm so excited. I think that about does it. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my marbles.
My marbles have been scattered all over the yard by my children, so I feel you.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristan, thanks for being a part of this special You, Me, Empathy episode in the last episode of this month.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Listeners, just go to feelyhuman.co, at feelyhuman, at You, Me, Empathy. Also, make sure to subscribe and leave a review for the podcast if you haven't. It really does help out the show. And sometimes I read them on the podcast, so I can read your review in whatever fun voice that I come up with in the moment. So look forward to that. Okay. Listeners, as I always say, I'm here, you're here, we're here together on this wayward, overwhelming, awe-inspiring pale blue dot. We have each other. It's You, Me, Empathy.